cup. You see what it says? This is what the cup says. Proud to be 19. Proud to be the 19th president of the University of Idaho. Doesn't that sound creepy too? It just shows it for a couple seconds. You can see it at the bottom under his right hand. It says, proud to be 19. Now, you know he loves to use that freshman saying. Can you imagine how? When does he ever have to fucking not? I'm proud to be 19. How old are you, dear? Oh, 19. Yeah, I'm proud to be 19 too. Fuck.
Campus, take a lot of photos, and then share them on hashtag Vandal Homecoming. Those who enter a number of photos will be eligible for a drawing. We are getting fired up here on campus. We can't wait for you to come and be part of our Vandal family again. Go Vandals.
Proud to be. United States Senate, Washington, D.C., 20510, September 11, 2023. Mr. C. Scott Green, President, University of Idaho. It says, Dear Mr. Green, it has come to our attention that the University of Idaho, UI, has agreed to purchase the for-profit University of Phoenix, given Phoenix's long record of poor student outcomes, deceptions of veterans, and entanglements in federal investigations and enforcement actions. We urge you to reconsider the implications of acquiring Phoenix, which could cause great harm to students and taxpayers not only in Idaho, but also across the country. This is the United States Senate, people. This is the United States Senate reaching out to Mr. C. Scott Green. Take a fucking snapshot. I'm telling you, I told you, tonight we were going to be dropping some shit. The United States Senate this is before. The interview was October 6th. This was almost a month before the interview that just took place. Okay? The United States Senate, shout out Caddy. United States Senate sent this to Mr. C. Scott Green. And I'll read it from the first paragraph again. Dear President Green, it has come to our attention that the University of Idaho System, UI, has agreed to purchase the for-profit University of Phoenix, given Phoenix's long record of poor student outcomes, deception of veterans, and entanglements in federal investigations and enforcement actions, we urge you to reconsider the implications of acquiring Phoenix, which could cause great harm to students and taxpayers not only in Idaho but across the country. Has that not been what evil fucking CJ has been saying? Again, the United States Senate. Many for-profit colleges have a long history of preying on vulnerable students, including veterans, low-income students, and students of color. Phoenix is no exception. In fact, Phoenix consistently produces poor student outcomes, frequently leaving students with piles of debt in either a near worthless degree or no degree at all. Evil CJ doesn't talk down to anybody about the degree. Evil CJ discusses the reality of the fucking information. He doesn't talk down to the people that have the degrees. He says, no, the fucking university uses that against these people. Phoenix's graduation rate is just 27%. Furthermore, median earnings 10 years after enrolling at Phoenix are only $39,382, and only 48% of graduates earn more than a high school graduate. By comparison, UI's graduation rate is 60%, and median earnings 10 years after enrolling at UI are 51,325, with only 67% of graduates earning more than a high school graduate. I'm going to scroll back more. The United States Senate sent this to Mr. C. Scott Green. Phoenix also has demonstrated a pattern of predatory and abusive behavior. In 2015, the Department of Defense temporarily suspended Phoenix from receiving tuition assistance funds due to evidence of illegal recruiting practices aimed at military service members. I wasn't bullshitting when I tell you, if the fucking government says hell no, they're the ones that pay $200 for a toothbrush. If they ain't willing to say hell no for that $200 toothbrush, and they're saying hell no to this, in 2019, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, investigated Phoenix for deceptive advertisements that targeted service members, veterans, and Hispanic populations. These advertisements falsely implied Phoenix had employment partnerships with major companies including AT&T, Microsoft, Twitter, and Yahoo. Wow, it sounds like Ocean Gate saying that they worked with NASA and Boeing, right? That's not too soon, right? This misconduct resulted in a $191 million settlement, the largest settlement ever reached between the FTC and a for-profit college. Since the 2019 settlement, more than 2,100 consumers have submitted complaints to the FTC about Phoenix. So when Evil CJ says, yeah, they're only buying it for $550 million, but wait till all the other lawsuits that are going to be coming, because it's going to total more than $550 million. And when you just see this last one that was $191 million, and you have 2,100 consumers submitting complaints to the FTC about Phoenix, I don't think they're all in the same one. In 2022, Phoenix appointed George Burnett as president. Burnett previously served as CEO of now defunct Westwood College. Now defunct. There you go. Which the Department of Education, ED, found systematically defrauded students for years. So let's go ahead and hire this guy as the president. Yes, because he aligns right with what the fuck we're doing. Scamming people. After ED questioned Burnett's management of Westwood, he stepped down from Phoenix. Although ED took swift action to protect students and taxpayers, Phoenix's decision to name Burnett as president demonstrates its brazen indifference to quality, affordability, and integrity in education. And again, this is from the United States Senate to Mr. C. Scott Green. We are aware that faculty and staff are concerned that UI's purchase of Phoenix could harm its quality and reputation. We share these concerns. Furthermore, we are concerned that the UI's acquisition will allow Phoenix to continue to abuse students under the guise of a trusted public university. As UI moves forward with the acquisition, we request that you provide a response to the following questions by September 30th. And if anybody has this, if there is video of it, please send it to this location in one of these locations. I'd appreciate it. I'll get to your guys' chat here in a second. UI's enrollment. Number one, UI's enrollment is just under 7,000 students, while Phoenix enrolls more than 65. See, was I not bullshitting? They all say 85, and CJ said 65. Look at this right here, 65,000. Man, don't listen to Mr. Green. Listen to fucking me. A, what is UI's plan to improve outcomes for Phoenix's students and to address the 7 programs at Phoenix that currently are failing the gainful employment rule? And B, how will UI ensure current UI students continue to receive academic and student support services? Oh boy. Number 2, ED recently discharged loans for borrowers who attended Ashford University. Remember, he kept bringing up Ashford through borrower defense. An ED official stated that ED will seek to recoup the cost of these discharges, meaning the University of Arizona, which acquired Ashford in 2020 financially, could be on the hook, just like you're going to be on the hook for all these other ones. You're going to be paying more than what you're paying for the fucking business before the. This is why the United States Senate is sending this to Mr. Green, everybody. This is so ridiculous. On UI's frequently asked questions webpage about its affiliation with Phoenix, UI states that Phoenix will provide $200 million in cash if the deal goes through. What is UI's plan to cover potential liabilities it could acquire from? Hello, is the $200 million a contingent payment to cover anticipated liabilities? Hello. UI has stated that it plans to fund the acquisition through bonds, but that state bonds will not be issued. Please provide additional details on the financing of the deal because, yes, it's shady as shit, isn't it, the United States Senate? Number 4, the Higher Education Act's 90-10 rule mandates for-profit colleges receive at least 10% of the revenue from non-federal dollars to prevent them from relying solely on federal funds. However, the GI Bill was not counted as federal dollars for purposes of this rule until Congress closed this loophole in the American Rescue Plan Act. Before the 90-10 loophole was closed, Phoenix received more GI Bill funding than any other institution of higher education. We are concerned that Phoenix is pursuing this partnership, at least in part, to evade the updated 90-10 rule. How would UI ensure that veterans are not targeted through predatory recruiting? The United States Senate sent this to Mr. C. Scott Green. Other public universities have purchased for-profit colleges, including arrangements between Kaplan University and Purdue University in Ashford in Arizona. Arizona was one of the colleges that was also looking to purchase the University of Phoenix Online for close to $1 billion, and when the deal got close to it, they backed the fuck out, just like all the other ones. In these arrangements, the for-profit college sold its school and entered into a long-term agreement with the public university to receive payment to provide recruiting, educational, and other services. Such arrangements allow predatory for-profit colleges to masquerade as legitimate, reputable institutions while evading regulations and lining the pockets of their executives. Interesting. If UI purchases Phoenix, does it plan to enter a service contract? Would UI carry over Phoenix employees, specifically employees who work in the marketing and recruitment? Wow. C. What entity would lead marketing and recruitment efforts, including setting enrollment targets? Will the new entity have UI or Phoenix branding? Thank you for your consideration, and we look forward to your response. Sincerely, Richard J. Durbin, United States Senator; Elizabeth Warren, United States Senator; Richard Blumenthal, United States Senator, and all of these as well. And again, sent from the United States Senate on September 11th, 2023, to Mr. C. Scott Green.